Okay, this is weird. Honestly, didn't know what I was gonna say, but hi. How are you doing? What's up? Um, yeah, I'm a Pisces. I'm currently going through a lot and I am suffering from PTSD and depression, but I plan to get better soon. I'm actually getting better as we speak. What am I talking about? But I thought, I should try to do more sharing. And I honestly don't know what I want to share yet. I really just think that, a lot of people are attracted to those who understand and are capable of being empathetic and compassionate and, wanting to listen and learn from you. But newsflash, it's draining. It's really draining to sit there and be at the lunch table and you have your best friends sitting with you constantly telling you about their problems and constantly asking you what you think about this or that, and you being that person who has to comfort them and constantly, be the kind of motherly figure or, that go-to for comfort and love. And a lot of the time, if you're that person who's giving a lot of love and comfort and, security to others, you're the one who has the least amount of it because you want to give what you need. And a lot of times, I feel like we forget that. Oh yeah, I, went to, hang out at Hillary's house and she was really sad, but, we got through it. Well, in the meanwhile, I just had a whole depressive episode. I did not get any sleep last night. I don't know why I can't get the suicidal thoughts out of my head. I can't figure out why I'm so down and I don't want to do anything. But yeah, I'm definitely down to go help Hillary out. And it's not that good to do that. And I feel like bringing awareness to that is really important, especially for those who are avoidant, really avoidant. It's a habit. It's a habit of wanting to be distracted by somebody else's problems, and that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. I honestly don't think that it's a good idea to keep trying to distract yourself from getting better because it's easier than dealing with the feelings that you have. Because a lot of times they're really freaking deep. They're so deep. They're in your core, you're shivering because you know that these feelings really affect you. And it was a lot of things that happened to build up to that. And yeah, I get that. And so I wanted to talk about that, I guess, first. This is not scripted. This is just me talking, literally. Yeah, and so, I do believe in, fate, and I do believe in, choice and the power of, perception. What you think about how your life is what you're gonna see. If you don't think that life is this magical place and it's so amazing and I'm just living the best that I can be and I'm, Minnie Mouse running down the street, if you're not thinking like that, then it's gonna be really freaking hard every day. And if you are thinking oh my gosh, I hate school, I hate my parents. They don't understand anything that I'm saying. They're always, trying to interpret things in their brains and they're not processing it right. I'm trying to tell them how I feel. I try talking to my teachers. They don't get it. My friends don't get it. Everybody thinks that this is just how life goes, and I'm not happy with it. I don't like life. If this is life, it freaking sucks. Like, nobody wants to live like that. And, being an empath, it's really hard for me to be like, yeah, I'm going through a lot. Like, I don't say that to people unless it's like my boyfriend or something. Like, I'm not gonna tell you that I'm literally messed up inside as I'm having a conversation with you telling me how messed up you are. Like, I don't want to be that person. Like, I think but it's really important to practice, getting out of that comfort zone of being like, I'm fine, and then you're like, inside you're like yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that. And yeah, it's not fun to do that. It's not. Honestly, I haven't sang, I haven't, composed any music. I haven't written any new what do you call it, drafts for books and stuff. I haven't done any of that. I'm barely reading. I don't have a lot of friends anymore. I literally ran away from home. So it's crazy. Running away from home to get out of telling people that you're messed up is the extent that I went. Yeah. And it's really not the best. It's not the best to, be that kid who had the full ride scholarship, had honor roll, did all of these great things, and then all of a sudden you disappear off the face of the earth. It's really weird. And I get it. A lot of my family is really worried about me, and they're afraid to call. They're asking each other, whoever knows what, is she okay? Is she still, in the hospital? Is she homeless? Did she leave? Is she I'm fine. I just chose to do my own thing because the adults in my life didn't understand me, and that's okay. I'm my own person. First of all, get comfortable with people not understanding you, because as much as you want your parents to understand where you're coming from, they have their own personality, their own vision on life, and their own experiences, and that's what they're going to use to understand you. And a lot of times it's going to be wrong. And so you have to be comfortable with when you share what's happening with you with other people, and they don't get what the fuck you're talking about. I'm sorry, YouTube. Please don't delete my video. If they don't know what you're talking about, it doesn't matter. You just be like, okay, got it. You don't know what you're talking about, and you don't get me at all. That's fine. Moving on, next person. In school, we don't hang out with people who don't get us. So I don't understand why, when your parents don't get you, it's this. I get it. I get why it's a hard thing. But I'm okay, how long are we going to make this a hard thing? And it takes time. But, at least at 25, you should be, thinking a little bit more yeah, I really don't care. Because I'm at the point where I'm I really don't care if you understand me or not. They're not on the same page. They're well, we'll keep explaining it. And I'm not going to keep repeating the trauma. You don't have to keep repeating the trauma. It's your job to find the people who are going to help you and let go of the people who aren't. And it's okay to keep them in the loop, but you don't have to. Don't do anything that you don't want to do. That's a part of growing up. Being an adult is being a kid with responsibilities. So a part of learning how to adult is getting what you want, but being able to still survive. So living the life that you want and still survive. That's the part that most people are still figuring out. And they're 50 years old. living the life that I want. You know, I want to live in the Bahamas and I want to drink coconut water all day. You know, people want what they want, but the only way to get what you want is to work for it. And that's the part that's hard. I wanted to get out of my mom's house. I didn't want to live with her anymore. Didn't want to deal with all of that. You know, it was very negative in that house. It was a whole lot of secrecy. It was a whole lot of, oh my goodness, you were doing so good, what happened, kind of thing. And like, they didn't understand that depression actually exists. Like, it's a real thing. And children can have it. Imagine a 5-year-old can have depression. Yes. And it's actually more common now because children are exposed to social media and stuff. Like, come on now, guys. You telling me you don't know that your kids have feelings? Like, I don't know, I came out of your vagina and you just thought, a robot. Is that what you thought? That I wasn't going to develop feelings and emotions and my own opinion. Like, that's a part of having kids. For those of you who are, you know, it's about to be Valentine's Day. Don't have kids if you're not ready for somebody else's opinion on how you live in your life. Because kids will tell it for real. They will, like, my little sisters are so honest. And they're so sweet, but they are honest. And they will tell you if your life is like messed up, and it'll be like, okay, thanks for the reminder that I am not where I'm supposed to be. And that's what kids do. And if they're a baby, they don't care. They do not care if you have work tomorrow. They do not care who's coming over. They will take off all of their clothes in front of all the guests. Yes. They will poop in their pants when you're giving them to your grandmother. Yes, that's what babies do. So think about that before you decide, you know, this Valentine's Day to be risky. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm not gonna do it. And that's also a stereotype that my family had about us. It's a pattern in my family for the women in our family to do that, is to like kind of, we're on a good start, we're really smart, we're really good at things, and then we have a baby and then everything is just put on pause. And so it's like, oh, you ran away, so you're gonna be that, you're gonna do that. And I'm like, no. If I would have stayed, probably, but because I ran away, I'm not doing that. And it's hard for them to comprehend that, because the problem is them and their pattern, not me choosing to leave the pattern. Me leaving was me saying, I'm not gonna, you know, do what you did. I want to do my own thing. And in a way, it's not the best right now because I'm still working on everything, but it was way better than what I was doing for me. And you have to like be able to justify with, for me is enough. If I wanted to do something because that's what I wanted to do and I felt was right, then let me do it. The worst thing that could happen is I, you know, mess up. If I mess up, that's my fault. My life, my fault, not yours. I wanted to do that. If you know, want to, start your own business, or you want to go to a party or hang out with this guy, or you want to do something, like create a book, or you want, like whatever you want to do, just if you can justify it by saying, I really want this for myself, do it. I'm so serious. And it's not as easy as it sounds, because when I left, it wasn't as easy as I thought. Because look where I'm at. But it's good though. It's really good though. It is. But don't let anyone stop you. Be yourself. Be your true, authentic self. Be real. Be honest. And be you. Bye.